the 78 of Smith. And Kevin, now the winningest driver in Cleetus McFarland Crown Vic racing history, after picking up some big wins last year. Went to victory lane at Indianapolis once again last year at IRP in the Indy 800, his second win in that event. Former Freedom 500 champion. Oh, in trouble here on the front straightaway. The 4 of Scott Greer has gone around, and the yellow flag is coming out. Caution on the speedway with 43 laps to go, and a couple of other trucks have stopped on the racetrack in the middle of 3 and 4. It looks like the number 4 of Billy Whitehead and the 16 of Matt Danskin. So both those trucks have come to a rest, as you see Kevin Smith going to catch up with the pace vehicle. And he's got to be pretty happy knowing how this race has gone so far, and knowing that probably his toughest competition he was going to have all night tonight, the 80H JH Diesel, his night has come to an end. Taking a look at the heatwave visual replay, and you can see already stopped on track, and ooh, the contact with a lot of trucks kind of got bottled up there. Middle of turns 3 and 4, Whitehead's truck just stopped abruptly in the middle of the racetrack. And then Danskin looked like he made a little bit of contact. I believe that was going to be the 61 of Evan Moore, who's had a bit of an eventful night. So for Eddie Elder, what possibly can you try to do on what could potentially be the last restart of this race? What can you do to try to get an advantage over Smith? He's been the king of these restarts. And we can see that Smith, just on that last restart, kind of like, I hate to use the term, you're playing with your food. But it looked like for part of that run, he really wasn't pushing the issue at all. But then got a little bit more separation from Elder and really kind of planted the right foot and started to pull away. So for Elder, if he's going to make it happen, he's got to try to do it early on this restart and then find a way to either try to get away from the 78 or do everything he can to make that 99 truck as wide as possible. We've seen some epic finishes in these Danger Ranger events. It came down to Kevin Smith coming down to the line. They wrecked on the last lap, made contact, even hit one of the light poles down in the infield, and Smith still was able to drive away to the start-finish line and win the race. I'm sure he's hoping to do it in much less dramatic fashion than that, but anything can happen in a Danger Ranger event. It will be 12 laps to go when the field takes the green flag. Eddie Elder on the outside of Kevin Smith, going to try to do everything he can to try to hang tough as Kevin Smith looks to become the first ever 3-time Danger Ranger winner. Green flag is back out. Pretty good start there for Elder. Going to try to size up Smith, but Smith already starting to pull away. See what the advantage is here at the start-finish line. About 0.4 of a second. Elder runs second. Chad Lower is third. There's no more holding back if you're one of these top 3 running trucks, as we're going to be coming to 10 laps to go. This time by Kevin Smith, going to try to bring it on home. And Elder better watch out while he might be trying to hunt down the 78 of Kevin Smith. The 07 of Lower has really closed in. But as I say, that Lower has a problem. On the back straightaway, the 07 truck is off the pace. Something happened to that 07 truck where he lost a ton of speed and a ton of momentum. And that is going to allow the number 6 truck of Ty Braun to try to close in here in these final 8.5 laps. And lower again is down power on the backstretch. Braun's going to move to 3rd. Don't count out Elder, though. And as Smith will catch some lap traffic, that's when Elder's going to have to try to make his move. Lap truck takes away the bottom. It's going to force Smith to kind of go up the racetrack, and Elder's got a decision to make. Goes all the way down to the bottom of the racetrack, but it looked like that kind of killed his momentum, and that's going to allow Smith to get clear. 6 to go. This time by at the line, Kevin Smith made up a ton of ground on that lap. It was less than a half a second the last time they hit the line, and this time it's about basically a second, so he gained about a half a second rather. Working on 3 wide right now in heavy lap traffic as Elder looks to try to mount a late race charge here as they're coming to 5 to go. Now Kevin Smith has about as clear of racetrack as you could ask for. No lap traffic to speak of. Elder doesn't have anyone in between them. They can basically both go out here and run qualifying type laps to try to close out this race. Can the 99 of Elder get anything done here in the final 4 laps? He is there. If Smith has any kind of a bobble or any kind of an issue, Elder can try to take advantage of it. But Smith is so precise. He's turned so many laps around this track, whether it be in a Crown Vic or one of these Rangers. It's hard to anticipate or think that Smith is going to make a mistake over the last 2.5 laps, but that's what Eddie Elder is hoping for. He gets right to the back bumper once again. AJ showing him 2 laps to go. No pressure from behind whatsoever. Ty Braun's running 3rd. And here they come down the back straightaway and into turns 3 and 4. Elder running out of time. White flag is in the air for the Danger Ranger 9000. Kevin Smith one more time through turn. Them. Elder's going to holding off Chad. And Trevor Phonick is going to round out your top 5.